Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dan Weinberger here, CEO of Morpheus.Network, with another video for the community. Here wearing my Federated Co-op branded Morpheus shirt. I just wanted to sort of go over some of these questions here that we put out in the Reddit AMA when I say we, I mean the community itself. Really great questions. One thing about these questions that you probably notice yourselves that a lot of them are overlapping, asking a lot of the same stuff. Which I can appreciate. It means that a lot of these topics that people want covered, which is great. I love seeing the interest in the project and what we're doing. So let me go over some of these questions in more of a, I guess you could say, general standpoint, where I can answer maybe 5, 6, 7 questions at one time with one explanation. So first thing I'd like to discuss is the token utility. Reason being is that I think the utility of what we do with Morpheus and how we work with companies and then deal with the token is getting lost in that it's a supply chain project itself, right? So all these supply chain transactions, when we set up a workflow and the workflow gets pushed through and all these different modules get completed, and then we have to validate that data, the fact that the workflow completed, the fact that the individual modules completed, the most important pertinent information gets validated and notarized on the blockchain based on the transfer of those MRPH tokens. For every single transaction, it is necessary for the MRPH token to be available and used. That is the utility of the token itself. So what would drive the use of the token? It's transactions to the platform, which is perfect actually, because as we onboard clients, as we implement for these clients, as we train, get them up and running, live, then they're pushing more transactions. And as we grow, the more transactions are flowing through the system, and thus that utility is maintained. We require those tokens to push through those transactions. Anyone who's holding the tokens right now, those tokens are necessary, are needed by those companies running transactions through the platform. It's fantastic. That is the utility of the token itself. I know there's a couple questions about the white paper and if we've abandoned any of the planning with that utility of itself. And know that has always been the utility itself of the token. Any other solutions that we put out there, based on whether it's congestion in the network, originally discussed with Vignesh in 2019, I believe, as well as things to do with gas fees issues, which this year we discussed with Vignesh. And then obviously the decentralization of the network as well, that notarization network. All very important. We've discussed solutions like masternodes and staking based on solutions needed for those problems specifically. At this point, as a company, it goes hand in hand where we are as a startup and where we are with those transactions flowing through the platform. A spade is a spade. We are a startup. The platform itself has only been live for just over a year itself. We've obviously gone through the pandemic, going through the pandemic right now, and things I got to say, guys, it's going amazing. Now, being a startup, we have expenses. Obviously, we have a team that needs to get paid for their fantastic work, and so based on these expenses and the revenue that we're bringing in, that is our goal right now, is to bring in enough revenue to be sustainable, and basically those transactions flowing through the platform, backed by our paying clients, and basically backed by real money. Based on the fees that these clients pay. So where are we right now? If you're, a lot of these questions are about the different systems and where we are with these different companies and implementations. Let's talk about that and how we're going to get these transactions flowing, even harder and even faster. So let's discuss first of all what we're doing with FCL. Now, as everyone knows, with Federated Co-op, it's one of the 50 largest companies in Canada. Right now, their suppliers are using our document handling system. That document handling system is for all the suppliers in order to supply to over 2,000 retail locations across Canada. Basically what that is, it's a certificate handling system. Their legacy system involved emails from the suppliers coming into Federated Co-op, and then a Federated Co-op administrator would open up that email, check out the attachment, check out the expiry dates, basically file that the proper certificate has been emailed in, and it was a completely manual process pinging back and forth between the suppliers and Federated. They came to us needing this requirement to be filled by April. The CFIA, the Safe Food for Canada Regulations Act, required that by April of 2020, which was actually pushed back because of COVID, but nonetheless, that they had to be compliant and have all the certificates on hand and available. We came in there, as everybody knows, and we installed the system for them. It's up and running right now. They're obviously now a Morpheus.Network client. They've signed for 3 years with us as well, which is fantastic. And I'm extremely happy to say that right now we're in the midst of working on our second implementation, as well as discussing the third implementation. The second implementation being another document as well as imaging handling system for all their vendors, Federated Co-op. As well as their third implementation would be in a complete visibility system, stage 1 of visibility. Basically shipments coming in, having those proper handling points, recording those on the platform as well. Very excited about those 2 implementations, obviously. What else is going on? Obviously, there's been a lot of questions about, the Fortune 100 food and beverage company that we've been working with as well. One thing I can say right now is, I'm very happy to say that they are a paying client of Morpheus Network as well. We can get to more detail about the work we've done with them. We will do so. Aside from that, the work is going really, really well. And we'll keep everyone updated on that project as well. One thing that everyone's come to know because of Jorge Marcos is one of my business associates and also close friends out of Argentina, is our work that we're doing with the Argentinian government and SENASA specifically, the phytosanitary division of SENASA, dealing specifically with chemical transport and so on and so forth. Once again, a perfect use case for the platform. And once again, with this project, just like with, I guess you can say with FCL, as well as even VitalCan, that these are just the beginnings of these massive projects. So those government projects are still in the pilot phase right now, which are just basically trying out the system, in a sense, proving out the system to be used to onboard tens of thousands of producers onto the platform, pushing millions of transactions to the platform. This goes for Federated Co-op as well. They have 150 suppliers onboarded onto the system, which is great. And it's fantastic. We're working with them. We've actually turned them, into backers of the project. Ray Garreau, who originally we dealt with for the supplier system, has been actually talking us up to the vendor side. And that's how we got the second implementation up and going. So it's going extremely well with FCL, but like I'm saying, it's just the beginning with FCL, right? So we have so much to grow with them. Once it gets to the visibility system and that gets implemented, they still have a ton of cross-border shipments that we haven't even touched yet. That also goes for the Fortune 100 company. I know that people hear a company like FCL that pushes $10 billion a year, or a government like the Argentinian government as well, that push, many billions of dollars a year. We are still at the beginning phases of those projects. Am I confident that these projects will grow out to be massive, massive projects and a big success for Morpheus, and for the use of the utility of our token? Most definitely. And that's why we're, overly excited about this, and everyone's putting in a ton of effort and a ton of time into it, knowing that at the end, will pay off, based on these implementations going live. All right, what else? So another question that we had in there was about demand management solutions. Right now they've actually introduced us to a liquor producer as well, which is fantastic. Demand management solutions has a couple different companies that they work with, like FCL, like Polaris, as well as the Argentinian government. We've just recently, the ink is still wet on that contract, demand management solutions, and they've already introduced us to a couple companies, a couple network partners of theirs out in the UK actually as well. So really fantastic that it's just started, but already we're getting some traction and good work out of them too, which is fantastic. Another question was about liquidity, what we're doing with that. We're very excited to say that we're definitely going to have a program in place to do with Uniswap, which we know has been a very exciting new exchange for people to hop onto and provide liquidity. I think that's going to be amazing for us. And definitely look out for a new announcement on Uniswap and a lot more information on that. And I think it's going to be something that the community and also people outside the community are going to be very excited about. So aside from that, I wanted to mention that we have some amazing projects going on right now in Africa through our partners with Blockchain Guru and John Trask. Overly excited about those as well. And when the pandemic eventually goes away, we get the vaccine, whatever it is, I'm looking forward to traveling to Argentina and to Africa and all these amazing places, and being there, hands-on in person. Something else I wanted to mention is that, Hanha, another partner of ours out of the UK, they as well, have introduced us to a massive liquor producer in the United States. They do billions of dollars of liquor a year, and very excited to be, working with them. And once again, those are initial meetings. A fantastic prospect. They're looking for visibility systems as well, something we can most definitely, produce for them. So very excited about that. One other thing I wanted to mention as well, which kind of came up in the questions, is regarding the SEC in the United States. I don't know if people pay as close attention to it as I do. Not that I pay super close attention, but I try to, and I get people letting me know what's going on. That Hester Peirce has now proposed that token safe harbor that happened in 2019, and she is now sworn in, if I'm not mistaken. This is her second term at the SEC, which is fantastic. So that token safe harbor that I'm talking about, that she actually penned it herself, right? So this is something that she backs, and now being sworn in for her second term, it's looking great for that token safe harbor. So basically what it is, our view of it is having network maturity, a functional product, leveraging the utility of the token itself. This is exactly what we have in place. There's a couple other administrative things that we'd have to do to be in full compliance with it, but basically having our functional network, a mature network up and running in place, clients using it, and the utility of the token coming into full play. So we're very excited about that coming into action hopefully soon. I know that the SEC and all the government bodies have a lot of things going on right now. I believe there's an election coming up in the U.S., which keeping an eye on as well to see if there's any changes based on that. And aside from that, guys, keep on asking questions. One thing I can tell you is that every single team member has the pedal to the metal. We are pushing this so hard. We're very excited about this. And I'll tell you this right now that, the end of 2020 is obviously going to be a lot of hard work, in 2021 and so on and so forth. But 2021 is going to be a massive, absolutely massive year for us. It's where a lot of these big implementations are going to be pushed out and go live. And it's really going to be a multiplying effect. I'm very excited for 2021, guys. Not that I haven't had a fantastic year, but this year itself, this growth phase, finding out what exactly, how to battle test with these enterprises, it's been fantastic. And keep the questions coming. I do appreciate it, and we'll do more of these videos if it's answering specific questions, or if it's kind of giving one of these videos answering all the questions at once. So hopefully I covered your questions specifically. Things are going great, guys. Any other questions? Want to reach out to me specifically? Dan at Morpheus.Network. You can find me on Telegram as well. So everybody, as usual, have a great day.